Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adnan Sakim. I belong to section 2 for the network programming course. This course has been taken by our respected lecturer Dr. Muhammad Arif bin Bahruddin. In this video, we are basically going to come along with a reflection of ours regarding Python codes. Previously, we are being given a video related to Python code, and now we are here required to share our knowledge about what we have learned based on that attached video that we are given. So now without further ado, I'll straight away move on to the codes. But before that, I'd like to mention I'm using PyCharm, which has been considered as one of the most popular code editors among Python users. So that particular video that we are being given, it is actually a Python code for beginners. So they have started to come along with the print options or the print syntax that has been given in the Python code at the very first. So if we want to come along and run this particular code, then what it will appear the words that are being given here, like we are trying to print this hello world in that particular options, and that is what it is printing over here, which is showing the hello world. And now we can come along with any particular variable, like I can even now write down my name here as Sadhan equals to 20, then it will appear 20 over here if we print that one, and in the parentheses, inside the parentheses, if we put down that the name of that particular variable, it might be Sadhan as well, so it may work in that way. So this is the first basic concept that I've tried to learn from that particular video. There are other basic concepts as well, but due to time limitations, it would be tough to explain all of that. So we will straight away move on to the exercises that we are going to concentrate on, or that has been given in that particular video as well. So in that particular exercise, what we are required to do, we are required to sum two numbers, and we'll try to find out the total, the cumulative values of that. But the condition is those two numbers are not going to be a simple integer, that it's not only going to be like 10 plus 10, not something like that. It is going to be something which is consisting of decimal values. For example, 10.1 plus 20.2, something related to that. So how can we develop that particular code? So at the very first, we can come along with a particular variable which we have named as the first, which we can give as the float, and taking the input here, it will ask us like what would be the first number we want to put for the addition, and then goes for the second one as well. These two sentences are carrying on the same concept, and then we are just simply summing these two particular value. In this case, the sum has become a float or integer value as well. So now we are printing the total value, and let's see if we run the program what will appear. So they are asking for the number first. We are putting down the numbers and then we are adding it. Then 30.1 is the total value that we are required to come along with. For the printing option, there are so many ways that we could come along with the print values. In this respect, what it has appeared to be is like, we are using a string and adding it with the sum, because previously I have mentioned that the sum value has become a float over here, or integer value. So we are required to come along to convert it to string over here, because a string cannot be added with a float or integer value. So we are required to write down this str over here, otherwise it will show error. So we can come along with this particular concept as well. We are not using any addition, so we are just giving a comma over here, and it will run successfully as well, like previously using this print. So we are just giving on 10.1 and then putting down 20, then it is appeared to be 30.1. So it has carrying on the same similar concept over here as well. So let's comment that values so that it will not interrupt the next programs that we're having. Okay, before that I would like to mention one thing, that all of the codes has already been written over here, just because of the time limitations of the video, and it would be easy for us to explain if the code has already been written. I've tried to write down all the codes before explaining. So now there are a few options that are already been given, built-in options that are already been given in um, the Python PyCharm code editors. Like if we want to come along with this particular sentence in all upper cases, then we can come along with the lower cases as well, and then we can try to find out the numbers at which the beginners begin with So we can do as well. So if we run down that particular program, then this is the thing that I'm talking about. All the things are in upper cases, all the letters are in alphabets are in upper cases. In this case, all the values are in lower cases, and this the beginners actually starts at the 12 numbers. So that is why it is representing 12, because there are so many other options that are available in built-in functions, and we are going to use it based on the desired code that we're required to come along with. So now this is one of the most interesting one in the particular video. It is getting a bit complicated now compared to the one, because previously we are not having any kind of conditions. We're just straight away going out with the code and trying to come along with a straightforward answer. So now, there has been a kind of a logical operation concept that we have used, that over here, like, again, this has been something which is quite similar to this particular concept. We are just trying to come along with this particular one as an integer. We can put down integer int as well if that particular temperature doesn't consist of decimal values, which is like 30.5 or 36.5. We can put down int. Otherwise, I think it's better to put down float, because it will accept all the values, either it's 30 or 30.5, all the point values as well. So there are a few concepts. There are a few conditions that are being given. If the temperature is greater than 30, then it will come along and print something related to that. Straight away we will move on to run the code. So let's say I'm giving it 40, then it means that it's a very hot day, which is greater than 30. So we are required to come along to drink much water to avoid dehydrations and so on. So if I put down 15 over here, then it will show the other results as well. Oh, sorry. If we are putting down 15 in this case, then it's cold. We are required to wear warm clothes in order to avoid fever or any kind of thing. So these are the things, uh, that actually showing in this if else concept, and it has been explained in that particular video as well. So now there has been an exercise that has been assigned in that particular video. This exercise has been consisting of something, which is carrying on all the concepts that we have learned before. So at the very first, it has been quite interesting. We are required to come along and find our weight in terms of kg or pounds. So we are going to do that. So at the very first, we are using weight, and this has been something which we have discussed so many times now, which is using the float, and we are just coming along with the variable weight. Then we have assigned a variable unit by putting down, like, whether it should be, we are required to come along with kg or the pound, what we want. So now we are using the upper one. We have learned this one a while before, unit dot upper. There are so many other options, and if it's putting down k, then the value will be converted to 0.45, weight over 0.45, whatever it has been given. Then we are going to print it out, and this has been the similar concept that we have already explained over here during the first exercise. So it has been something which has been quite similar as well. So then, if we want to get down the value in pounds, then we will type it out k, and then we will get down the values. And if we want to get it else in kg, then we will put down, then it will appear like the way it should have to be. So now if let's say like 76 would be the value, then I want it in terms of kg, then 160, sorry, I want it in terms of pounds, then 168.88 would be the number of pounds. And similarly, if we want to see the other way around, uh, like 100, and then we want to come along with L, which is, it will appear in kgs, which is 45 kg. So this is how it works pretty much all about. So there are a few other options, that a few other concepts regarding the while and for loop, which I'm going to concentrate on. So this is pretty much all that I've tried to learn based on the videos, and it really helped me a lot to go through the confusions that I've coming along with, and it really helped me to overcome those confusions. And hopefully in the near future I will try to come along and be much more efficient by using and would try to be much more efficient using the for loop and while loop as well. Thank you so much. That's all from me. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah.